what was it about Daredevil, Born Again, that made you want to come aboard? What was the story that grabbed you and says, really want to be a part of this?
Well, I was a massive fan of the Netflix show, and so I was just like thrilled when the opportunity to interview for Born Again came up. And then when I like read the scripts and I met the team, I was just like, I really hope they pick me. Like I was so just like excited about it, and I think Daredevil in particular, I just love how like dark and gritty and emotional the story is. You know, it doesn't kind of like. Nothing is like sugar coated in that show. It's like
Right.
always just very grounded, and I've always just thought that was so interesting, and it's an interesting way that, obviously the fight scenes are really brutal, but it's like you have to have these big emotional beats to get to the fight scene for the fight scene to pay off. So I just like that there's always such exploration of like emotion within that show.
It's interesting. There's the questions where when you have something that has, especially superhero action fighting, making sure as the editor you find the emotional story has to come first, or that doesn't pay off.
Yeah.
Do you have that struggle once in a while, like, we had to pull back a little on the fighting, or ramp it up a little, or the
Yeah, what's
drama?
interesting is like early on, like sometimes I know there's like one episode where it's the bank episode where Matt runs and breaks this man's leg, and it's brutal. And I think the shot played for a really long time, and they're like, "Oh, we gotta pull it back." But then once we had like dialed in more of the tension and emotion of the episode, that got extended again, that shot. So it's kind of like finding that balance always, you know.
And sometimes it's set up and you can pay it off only if you set it up well.
Exactly.
You have to earn the broken leg.
Exactly.
All right, episode 8, Isle of Joy.
Yes,
There's a ballroom scene.
there sure is.
Kind of a big climax.
Yes.
What was the approach to that? Because it's such a pivotal climactic moment in the show.
Yeah, that I think is maybe one of my favorite episodes of television I've ever cut. It was so much fun. But yeah, it was such a collaboration, I think, over, months with every single department. And that's what maybe made it feel so special to work on, because everybody just brought so much to that episode. And it's, even, my assistant editors found there's like a final needle drop at the very end that's like this like choral song, choral hip hop song that kind of like made the episode. It's like all of these people lended such interesting things to it, and so the approach I think was just very collaborative. And our directors Benson and Moorhead of that episode also like say they love surprises. So it's like I had kind of this window to just like play with the footage in a way that you don't always have a chance to do.
I'm assuming with all these great elements and so much pressure, this one took a little longer to edit, that sequence?
I don't know that it took longer, but it definitely it took a lot of rounds to find the exact right tone for it, because I think we went from we had like a Lynchian like musical vibe with it, and then we had jazz, and then we had wedding band music, and then we had we kind of went through so many different things to find the right tone. But yeah, once we dialed that in, it was awesome.
It does seem like as an editor, small changes can make a difference. It's not always a big dramatic, even a song, a needle drop, one little moment when to drop in the music can actually alter everything.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that episode is a prime example of that. There's even like the shot of Fisk doing finger guns in that episode. That wasn't in there for a long time because I was like, is it too much? I can't decide. And then I was like, I'm just going to try it and put it in there. And it's like one of my favorite shots. I was like, I hope this becomes a meme or like something. And I think it did. So I was like, I've succeeded.
Cool.